the way out starts with suppressing the epidemic itself. So I see no way out unless we stop the transmission of the virus. But as I've indicated, that's feasible. And you're doing it in Australia and in New Zealand and in other countries of East Asia. So this is a virus that should be stopped through intensive and scaled up public health means. And shutdowns should be used at the beginning to help stop the rampant exponential growth of the epidemic, to reduce cases to within a range that can be handled by the public health system. But then the public health system should take over. Once that happens, we need cooperation. We need to start trade again, movement of goods, movement of people, tourism, and so on. And so global cooperation is extraordinarily important, and regional cooperation is extraordinarily important. I am of the view that the Asia-Pacific region should start first to be the first region to get out of the crisis. Not only the so-called bubble of Australia and New Zealand, but actually ASEAN plus China plus Japan plus Korea plus Australia and New Zealand. The RCEP region should be the first to recover because you're almost there. I think the main point is to contain the epidemic in Indonesia, to make sure that Indonesia, which is a vast country after all, does not have a vast epidemic, which then threatens and spills over to the rest of the region. And I think Australia can play a very important role together with China, Japan, Korea. I'm a very big believer in the need for global cooperation in order to accomplish these goals. And that's why I'm also aghast at the behavior of the United States in trying to turn this into a new Cold War with China. I do not believe that China is guilty in these circumstances. If it made mistakes in the fog of the battle of a new virus, I believe, although of course we'll find out more over time. I don't think it's wise for Australia to play its normal foreign policy role of mimicking the United States. I do think it's important to understand that we do not have a normal government in the United States. So if you follow the US lead, this will hurt Australia, I'm sorry to say. Mr. Pompeo is a liar, and Trump is a psychopath. And I'm just using words advisedly for my dear friends in Australia. This is not a US government to be trusted, unfortunately. It is really a rogue government. But Australia is a close ally, and therefore tends to follow the foreign policy line of the United States as a matter of security. But this is not security. Security for Australia right now is regional cooperation that is strong, including China, Japan, Korea, and ASEAN countries. And I think this would be a wonderful thing for the RCEP region to lead the world recovery, because it has led most effectively in the containment of the epidemic itself. Well, we need to do the same everywhere. I don't think the epidemic in the United States is going to be contained while Trump is president. So I'm hoping in November we have a newly elected president and that we have a chance to stop this. Otherwise, I feel that we'll have continued outbreaks for months and indeed possibly years to come.